Hey folks, and welcome to Unit 3. So Unit 3 is going to be just about a month, 4 weeks I think. It's going to focus on writing an analytical paper where you consider how scholars attempt to answer research questions. Okay, so it's a precursor to trying to answer a research question yourself, which you'll do in Units 4 and 5. Let's go ahead and get into week 4 here. Okay, so week 4 here. So just like the last unit, the paper is getting assigned in week 4. It'll be due actually in week 8, okay? So what to do this week, watch the video, read both articles in week 4 reading. So we're going to get down here. I'll open this up real quick. And there are 2 articles, one by John Peters and one by Sharon Fowler. And I want you to read each of these 2 articles. They're both scholarly articles. They'll help us to understand where we're headed going into this essay, okay? So read both of those. And then I want you to go in and engage in the research discussion. So there's a question in here. Each group's got 6 to 8 people, more or less, I think, in it. I want you guys to actually engage in a conversation about the question and have one person just sort of say, I think here's where we agree, and here's sort of the final answer as the last post, okay? So that will require that you're in a couple times during the week at the very least, if not 3, okay? So that is right there. Then we're going to move on. I want you to read the Essay 2 assignment. I will go into some detail there in just a second. Then watch the video on looking for scholarly articles. We'll see that right there. And then finally, watch the video on how to write an annotation, check out the sample annotation, and write annotations of 2 articles, okay? So you'll note right here, it says find 2 articles for Essay 2, and that is what you're going to end up writing your annotations on. So I want to go into the Essay 2 prompt real quick, and then we'll come back out. Alright, so the Essay 2 assignment. So Essay 1 focused on the idea that the first step in the info-lit process to realize that what one finds on the internet or even in newspapers is not complete, correct, and necessarily authoritative. Doesn't mean it's wrong, just there's a better source of information out there. So often then, students will just tick the scholarly sources box in one search. If you've watched your video already, that makes sense. And you say, okay, any information I get here is fine, but often it's not, or it doesn't quite say what you want it to, what you think it says. So scholarly studies are only as good as the work that goes into them, and they are often different studies on the same subject that end up coming up to different conclusions. In the 2 sample articles you read today and had the research discussion on, it's 2 articles that in some ways try to answer the same question about diet soda and whether it helps you lose weight. And they come to different conclusions. So for Essay 2, I want you to find 2 scholarly articles of your own. So this is the first time you're doing any research in the class. Okay? If you used, if you want to use one of the scholarly article that you used from Essay 1, you may certainly do that. You would just need to find a second. Okay? So the important thing for this assignment is that they really do try to answer the same question. Okay? So in other words, 2 scholarly articles on diet soda, probably not helpful. 2 articles on diet soda and weight loss is what you want to aim for. Okay? So they really should try to answer the same question. The 2 articles on diet soda here, those are that's the sort of thing I'm looking for. So once you've got your 2 articles, your goal is to figure out which one is better, or alternatively, how they differ. In order to do this, consider your author's background, the journal in which it was published, any statements or conflicts of interest, and the study design. A lot of the information on how to do this stuff is coming up in the next weeks. Okay? So if you're like, I have no idea how to do that, don't worry about it right now. That's all stuff I'm scaffolding in through the next couple weeks. Okay? So, basic criteria, MLA formatted, 3 to 4 pages, cite everything appropriately. Okay? I'm going to pop back out real quick and go back to the weekly to-do list just to finish up. So this is the Essay 2 assignment we just looked at. There's a video on just how to find scholarly articles. I made a reference to that in the assignment itself, but watch the video and you should be in good shape there. And then finally, the writing annotation. So watch the video, check out the sample annotation, and then these annotations are of the 2 articles you find for Essay 2. So if you went and found 2 articles, I want you to write an annotation of each one of these. Okay? That's what those annotations are for. They're the 2 articles that you found for Essay 2. you have read these scholarly articles, these sample articles. Do not do annotations on those. I want you to write the annotations on the articles you found for Essay 2. Okay? If you've got any questions along the way, don't hesitate to let me know. The earlier you ask them, the sooner I can help. All right? Talk to you soon.